Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. What's the story? Morning glory. Well, I tell you what, we've not had a morning like it. It's an early show. It's Caicedo to Liverpool, official. And it's Harry Kane to Bayern Munich, official. Absolutely massive. And Premier League's back. We've got a watch along tonight. Join me for Man City at Burnley. But the transfer window has decided to wait for the start of the Premier League to deliver the two big transfer drops of the season. £111 million package for Caicedo. He'll go to Liverpool, not Chelsea. We'll talk about that now. And Harry Kane's going to Bayern Munich, which I'm not actually that interested in. But, it's a big deal. But as I've said to you, I think it's one of the most boring transfers of the summer. But let's talk about what is... look, we've got that in the bottom corner about who of the big six will struggle this season. I think this is such a transformative signing for Liverpool to bring Caicedo in, and it would have been the same for Chelsea, and they play each other on Sunday. I can't wait for that watch along either. But look, Liverpool yesterday, we started to get these rumours about Liverpool moving for Caicedo. I was talking yesterday about Liverpool in crisis. Now look, Liverpool are a football club that, keep their, issues in-house, but it was starting to leak out. You were starting to see FSG out, frustration, and then this happened. I am never going to be a Liverpool fan. I'm never going to delve deep into what Liverpool Football Club is being run like, but those stories were coming out. That noise was coming out. 24 hours later, they'll be now thinking about, some people haven't put Liverpool in their top four. I think you put Liverpool in the top four now. I did worry about their midfield. I did think that Henderson and Fabinho were past it. And how were they going to replace those players? Well, you've just brought in a defensive, combative midfielder who Arsenal wanted in January, United would have took, I think Pep would have took, Chelsea definitely would have took, and Liverpool have taken him. It's transformative. He's played with McAllister before, who is another midfielder that's going to change Liverpool. I think nothing's set in stone here, but this just makes Liverpool a lot stronger. And it's an incredible deal. £111 million. He's overpriced. I think, look, I want to say this, and Liverpool fans won't care. I don't massively care. You're competing with Chelsea, who put a bid in of £100 million last night. Liverpool have gone bigger. Apparently, Brighton put a deadline in of midnight. That's why we're getting it breaking this morning. And Liverpool went highest to beat Chelsea. And look, I've got to say, if Man United had spent £111 million or £100 million on Caicedo, no one would ever shut up about it. I'm used to that as a United fan. My stance on this is, if Liverpool want to spend £200 million on a player, it's up to them. They've spent £111 million package on Caicedo. I'm not going to argue about whether it's 90 plus 20 or 80 plus 30 or it's 111 straight out. He's overpriced, but so's Declan Rice. And I think it's the same thing. Both players are fantastic. I would like either of them at Manchester United. And if Arsenal want to pay 100 million and Liverpool want to pay 100 million, that's down to them. I don't think either of them are going to flop. I do think they're overpriced. That's the market. It's certainly, there's not a lot of value in it. They've got to succeed. But that was always going to be the case if you wanted to get him. And I think if you said to any Liverpool fan, have we paid too much? They'll all admit yes. But did you need to pay that? Yes. Because otherwise he was going to be wearing a Chelsea shirt on Sunday. And he's going to be wearing a Liverpool shirt now. And I know, look, Chelsea, I've got to just say a word for Chelsea. 2 words for Chelsea. And I'm sure that Chelsea fans have got 2 words they'd like to say as well. But look, Tyler Adams is a cheap signing, but could work. I've always been a big fan of his. And, well, I say always, I really like what I saw of him in the World Cup. And I think he showed glimpses at Leeds and Pochettino. It's a Pochettino sort of signing. Lavia will obviously go to Chelsea now, was going to go to Liverpool, still a very good player. Man United have looked at him, Arsenal have looked at him, and maybe that reflects where Chelsea actually are. They're not in Europe, they weren't in the top 4. Maybe they were trying to, run before they could walk a little bit with Caicedo. It was ambitious, and he's gone to Liverpool because it's a better step for him. And I think Liverpool are a better team than Chelsea at the moment, but Chelsea are going to have to put a little bit of work in to get back where they need to be. They were a long way off last season, and I think it would have been, if they can make signings like that, I think the sort of signings Chelsea have made are probably about right. The Jacksons, the Lavias, the Tyler Adams, people like that with the potential to build with Pochettino. But look, the only thing I would say about Chelsea is they sort of embarrassed themselves a little bit because all summer Caicedo to Chelsea has been, universally accepted that that's going to happen. He wanted to go to Chelsea. Chelsea wanted him. They spent all summer, I think, thinking they could get a better price out of Brighton. 80 million was rejected. I think 70 million was rejected. And at the end of the day, they did offer the 100 that Brighton would have accepted, but there was another club there with a higher offer on the final day. The bottom line is Chelsea offered 100 anyway. If they'd offered 100 2 weeks ago, they'd have got him. Maybe even a week ago, certainly a month ago. They've been looking at him for months. So I think there'll be a bit of frustration at Chelsea because it wasn't like they tried and failed. It was that they failed because they had so long to get this deal done, and I think they could drive Brighton down. And we've got to say as well, big shout out for Brighton. I think they always knew that Caicedo was going to go, but to get that amount of money is incredible because it's way, 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 way overpriced. I think Caicedo is probably worth about 60, 70 million pounds in a fair market, and I think Declan Rice the same. So Brighton have achieved, and West Ham have achieved, massive prices. But as I said, Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on this? Smash a like on the video if you're happy. Chelsea fans, let us know. Everybody else, let us know. Looking at this and looking at the Premier League, I think the Premier League is ridiculously competitive this season. Manchester United and Newcastle were top four last year because really nobody else was up for it apart from Arsenal and Man City. This year, I think so many clubs want that top four spot, and Liverpool have got to be in there. And I felt that going into this season, Liverpool, that defence got exploited and the attack didn't get supply because the midfield wasn't good enough last year. To go into this season like they were looking like yesterday, I was like, well, what? All right, you've got Szoboszlai, you've got McAllister, but what else have you got? And look, Caicedo doesn't necessarily solve all the problems, but he is a fantastically gifted midfielder in that area that, being Brighton players as well, they're very used to playing a brand of football that Liverpool fans are going to want to see. Very used to playing with the ball in, under pressure, through a press, with his back to goal, all sorts of stuff. So, and obviously ridiculous levels of energy, stamina, and tenacity. So I think that the risk is with any signing, but Liverpool can sit there and just think, well, where's that deal come from? But they can also sit there with the knowledge that Arsenal pushed really hard in January to get him. Chelsea pushed really hard all summer to get him, and I would comfortably say, as a United fan, we'd love Caicedo. So if it flops, it flops. But ultimately, it's a signing that everybody, Bayern Munich were interested as well. This is a player that top clubs wanted, and Liverpool have gone and got, and it's a big signing for Liverpool. Liverpool haven't got Champions League football. They're playing on Thursday nights. Liverpool were not in the top four last year, so it's a huge deal. I've heard a few people saying, what about Bellingham, Mark? Why didn't Bellingham go to Liverpool then? Liverpool pulled out of that deal because they didn't want to pay over £100 million. Now they've done it for Caicedo. I don't know. You could look at that and go, why didn't Liverpool go for Bellingham? Maybe Bellingham had made his mind up he was going to Real Madrid and Liverpool pulled out, and that was the agreement. Look, to save face. Maybe Bellingham saw Liverpool not getting the Champions League and was like, well, that's the deciding factor. I'm going to Real Madrid, but I'm happy for you to pull out and say you're pulling out because of money. So I don't know. Certainly Liverpool, if you look at what they've spent, they could have bought Bellingham. But would you want Bellingham or would you want Caicedo, McAllister and Szoboszlai? And I think Liverpool did need quantity as well as quality. Get your comments in below. As for Harry Kane, very, very quickly, Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. I'm just going to be really quick about this. I'm not sure he's made the right choice. A month ago, I thought it was. Like the last 48 hours, I've just thought, well, Premier League's about to start. The buzz is there. You stay for one year. You go where you want next summer. You make a lot more money. You can go to any Premier League club. You can break your record and probably win trophies. He's going to Bayern Munich to win trophies. And, he'll probably come back to the Premier League, I think, in 2 or 3 years' time and try and break that record. I'm not saying it's a bad move, but I was thinking he might just wait a year. But Bayern have put a lot of work into that. It's a big move for Harry Kane, and it'll be interesting in the Champions League next season. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner to do that. We're on the road to 1 million. Smash a like on the video and get your comments in below about this Caicedo deal, because it's rocking the world of football this Friday morning signing. Absolutely incredible. And tell us what you think about Harry Kane to Bayern as well. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll speak to you in a bit, and I'm live tonight with a watch along as well.